Hello people, it is I, the Wellness Gamer, with a new haircut. Yeah, that's right, I got shaved, bitches, I got trimmed. Yeah, it looks alright, doesn't it? It's not too bad, it's not too short, but it's not too long, it's manageable. I can't get that sort of skater boy emo hair anymore though when I wear a hat. Sucks a bit, but I'll have to make do. Not that I'm an avid skater, I can't skate for shit. So, swings and roundabouts. Yes. Anyway. So, why am I doing a video? Well, actually, I haven't done any videos on TV series at all. I've not done anything about them, but this is more sort of a preview video for the finale of Doctor Who tonight, called The Doctor's Name, which is very, very exciting. Normally, Doctor Who is just one of those things where the finale is just him off against one of his classic enemies, Cybermen, the Daleks, Davros, the Master, whoever. But this one is really special because with this series, they seem to be keying in on who is the Doctor, what is he about, who is he, where is he from? For a man that is the titular character of the series, we know barely anything about him. He's a Time Lord. He's a time traveller. He's the last of his race of the Time Lords. That he can defeat all these people with not having to use any physical violence whatsoever, just the power of his mind. He's incredibly intelligent, incredibly gifted. He's funny, he's charismatic, he's angry, he's all this sort of stuff. We know all of this about him, but we don't really know him at all, for that matter. And there are still lots of questions. And the first one is, what is his name? Who is he? Who is the Doctor? What happened during the Time War that made him who he is? Because the thing is, with the new series, with the new version of Doctor Who, not the new version, but the continuation of Doctor Who, from Christopher Eccleston through David Tennant to Matt Smith, has been about the Doctor post-Time War. What happened to him? What did he see? What did he do? And clearly it's had some serious repercussions on his personality, on who he is. You watch the earlier episodes of Doctor Who, Tom Baker, all of those, there's too many to name. You watch any of those, the Doctor is, he's a renegade, yes, he's a runaway, but he's still, for him there is still a set order to the galaxy, and that is that the Time Lords will always be there to keep an eye on stuff. Of course, with the TV movie, with the end of Doctor Who, with the TV movie starring Paul McCann, that was it. That was how it ended. Doctor Who went away, we all sort of carried on, and then of course when it was brought back with Christopher Eccleston, the Time Lords were gone, completely gone, vanished. Time War with the Daleks had completely eradicated them and the majority of other, sort of combatants in the war. It was then time locked. Doctor could never return to that, and as the last remaining, member of his race, he was doomed to carry this, both their legacy and their curse. Fantastic series, fantastic entirely, and like I say, it has been building up forever really, since he came back, about this question: who is the Doctor? What is his name? Now tonight's episode looks to be completely fantastic and brilliant. It's starring Richard E. Grant as, I'm guessing either the host or sort of the main minion, or as it itself, the Great Intelligence. Likewise, we've got Amy Louise Coleman returning, of course, as Clara, again his enigmatic sidekick who we don't know anything about. Lots of ideas about who she is. Some people are saying it's his daughter, and if you remember with David Tennant, he had a daughter who was this whole genetic manipulation spiel happened, and he ended up with a daughter, and as you know, she can regenerate as well, and at the end of the episode, whilst it was still the same person playing the Doctor's daughter, the idea that she could regenerate was still there. So likewise, Clara Oswald, could be the Doctor's daughter. Likewise, some people have said it is actually the Doctor. It is a future incarnation of the Doctor. Okay, if that is that, then there's never. That may work, but to be fair with you, I think as creative as the universe of Doctor Who is, there should be a set rule, which is that male Time Lords stay as males regardless of who they regenerate into. Likewise, female Time Lords regenerate into other female, Time Lords. There's no, you can't, if you've got this mishmash of Time Lords regenerating into whatever they fancy, there's a slight, I don't know. I mean, I know every time the Doctor regenerates, it always makes this big thing about, I've got legs and arms and a head, and, sometimes I'm going to end up with 2 heads. But to be fair, since it started back in the day, up to this point, we've never seen a Doctor who isn't a man, who isn't got 2 arms, 2 legs, 2 hearts and a head. That is how the Doctor has always been. And I think for all this joking around, to be fair, I think they should keep a consistency to it. Now, that does go to an interesting point that I would like to see a black Doctor at some point. I would like to see perhaps an Asian Doctor. I would like to see, Chinese, Japanese, whatever. I would like to see different ethnicities take on the role of the Doctor. I don't think it should always be a white dude playing it, because I think, to be fair with you, not just sort of, it's kind of callous, to be quite fair. Sci-fi is meant to be this sort of the king of innovators. We've done things that other TV shows were scared to do. Sci-fi, Star Trek, had the first interracial kiss on television. That's a big thing to have. And I think for Doctor Who, for this series that has the potential for the main character to regenerate or change into whoever, they fancy, there is certainly a big sort of draw for me to see that be someone of another ethnicity. So we'll see what happens there. But just going back to Clara Osborne, who she is, she could be anyone. Some people have been saying perhaps she's something to do with the TARDIS, perhaps the TARDIS's projection. I don't know. You know what? There is literally, whatever we imagine, it's probably not going to be that. Though, to be fair, and I'm warning people now, because with the countdown now a couple of hours till Doctor Who, the chances are that last look you do on the internet may be the one that ruins it for you. BBC America, very stupidly, I may add, how you guys didn't realise that this would fuck things up, you complete bunch of morons, you went and released the second half of the series out on DVD before the final episode. Yeah, see how that was a stupid fucking idea there? So now every dumbass out there is putting spoilers straight up on the internet, meaning people like me who want to keep this completely a secret are now, having to run for cover every time even someone mentions Doctor Who. Watch out. If you are going on the internet tonight, if you are trying, perhaps you and your friends, you've got a group set up for Doctor Who, whatever, everyone's got something going on the internet nowadays. If you do, watch out, alright? Just be careful. You know what? A lot of films recently have been ruined for me. Iron Man, Star Trek Into Darkness was ruined for me. Games in the past have been ruined for me. Gears of War 3, the whole thing, a load of stuff got ruined for me about that. Just because people are idiots. They want to ruin stuff. Harry Potter got ruined for me. I'm not going to say who, but a certain death. I found out about that via the internet. People are idiots. Watch out. Internet can be a fun place. It can also be a place full of complete freaking morons. So just watch out. And yeah, that's kind of it. It was just me sort of wanting to come on to a video about Doctor Who and a preview for it, just saying, wow, this is going to be nuts. It's just one episode this time. Normally the finale is split into 2. This is 1. Yeah, I'm kind of happy with that. To be fair with you, when it's the finale split into 2, the first one's just going to be the build-up, and you go, well, that doesn't need to happen. This entire series has been the build-up. That's how it should be, because then the final one, it just means we can sink straight into it. I'm not sat there waiting, for 15 minutes going, oh, we got 10 minutes now and shit's just getting started. I know it's going to end up, just being a cliffhanger until next week. Just this one, and then once this is over, the 50th anniversary of Doctor Who, starring 2 Doctors. Oh yes. There is some speculation that there may be more than that. There may be 3. It'd be nice to see Christopher Eccleston back. To be fair, he's a lot of people's favourites. I know David Tennant is considered, sort of the pretty boy. Matt Smith's got his own fair amount of admirers as well. But for me, Christopher Eccleston was a Doctor with a lot of substance. He was the veteran of the Time War. So yeah, really would hope that he comes back. Likewise, people have been saying, John Sims not had a call back about returning as the Master. No one's seen any sight of Davros or the Cybermen. Oh no, that's not true. Sorry, I think the Cybermen and the Daleks are in this one, but the big key players for each side haven't been mentioned. You know what? Whatever. I mean, to be fair with you, I'm pretty sure that Steve Moffat and the whole creative team behind Doctor Who are pulling a J.J. Abrams. Yeah, and that is a term I'm keying right now. with regard to they're just being so freaking secret about it. I mean, I'm amazed they put a picture up of Matt Smith and David Tennant after the first read-through of the script for the 50th anniversary special. I'm amazed they did that. But they did it, and now the cat's out of the bag. There are going to be 2 Doctors, as well as Billie Piper returning as well to take on the role of Rose Tyler. Yeah, it's going to be nuts. It's going to be incredible, and I can't wait for it. Likewise, then we'll have the Christmas special, which I'm sure will be absolutely fantastic as well. Matt Smith staying on through 2014 as the Doctor. Yeah, you know what? Really, really. I mean, this British TV doesn't have much sci-fi going for it, if I'm honest with you. A lot of the stuff we get is American, which is always good. We get, Star Trek, Battlestar Galactica we had, Falling Skies. There's also Revolution, which has been going for a while. And American TV's a lot more money's invested in it, so you get a lot more stations there, studios, so they can pump out, perhaps even if it's just a pilot series to see how it goes, like Terra Nova. At least we get a series worth of sci-fi to keep us going, and then if that gets cancelled, hey, you know what? Next year there's probably going to be something new, and it's nice to see that Falling Skies, just to mention that a bit more, it's nice to see that has actually managed to continue it's coming up to its 3rd series now, and I'm really excited because each time it does get progressively better. And it's a shame that Terra Nova didn't continue. I really got into that, and likewise things like Stargate, that was fantastic. That, of course, ran its course, and it was nice to see that that it kind of ended on a high. It wasn't fantastic, but it's whatever, right? At least we had it while it was there. Don't know how to spell. That smells really good. You open the door. I don't know. Go and get your keys then. You can't get through. Scoot past me. Scoot past. Crawl under the table. Huh? She's asleep. Awesome, my daughter's just fallen asleep before stick times. So yeah, that's kind of everything. Doctor, like I was saying, going back to it, Doctor Who is for us is is our only sci-fi we have on TV. Really, we had Torchwood, the spin-off from Doctor Who. If I'm honest, not a big fan. Really, not a big fan. I'm not sure if it's something about John Barrowman or his role as Jack Harkness or whatever. But I'm just not a big fan. One of my friends said that John Barrowman probably isn't to blame for it. He's apparently very, very good in Arrow, the TV show about DC's The Green Arrow. Apparently he's really good in it as the main bad guy, which is cool. So in that case, then I'm sure it's not Barrowman's fault. But for me, Torchwood was just, it was not. The idea was it was going to be a more mature spin-off of Doctor Who. Yeah. In actuality, it just came across as just being a reason to get sex and boobs and more violence into the Doctor Who universe, which I wasn't happy about. I didn't like it. I didn't like that this series shared the universe as Doctor Who. I didn't like it. Yes, all right, we know that sex and violence and all this sort of stuff happens in the Doctor Who universe. For Christ's sake, there was a genocide that wiped out 2 of the main races in the series. But at the same time, Doctor Who is held in, the Doctor has this persona about it and this sort of atmosphere, and you expect certain people to be, the people, like, Jack Harkness is not a black and white guy. He is quite morally grey, and I don't like the fact that Doctor would hang around with someone like that. For a guy who's very morally outraged by, slavery and, basically all the wrong things you can think about, all the morally wrong things. I don't really like that he would be hanging around with someone like Jack Harkness. Likewise, the rest of the Torchwood group just seemed really unbelievable. I was never very keen on them at all. Yeah, all right, it was cool, some of the alien races they had and stuff like that coming through, but it's still at the same time, it was just not that brilliant. Really wasn't. Not that brilliant at all. So yeah, it's hopefully Doctor Who can really deliver tonight. I'm hoping that it's going to be fantastic. The Doctor's name will be revealed, and if it is something as stupid as Brian or Dave, gonna be pissed, but I'm sure it won't be. It'll be something cool. God, I don't know. The thing is, there's this massive thing about this rolling up to this. Who is the Doctor? What is, who is it? What is his name? part of me's like, his name better be fucking awesome. You know, his name better like make me shit my pants. Because seriously, this is like a big thing about this show. But you know what? I'm sure that whatever happens, it will be good. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. I have downloaded the demo for Fuse. I will be playing that and giving you an impressions video of it. Plus, if anyone watches this video, please, for the love of God, please help me. I'm in a dire situation. Call of Duty Black Ops 2, Battlefield 3, Assassin's Creed 3, or, you know, just any game. You guys tell me. I'm looking for a new game to try and purchase fairly cheap. I would love it if you guys could help me out. Please, please help me out with a good game for the PlayStation 3. It would be very appreciated. And yeah, thank you very much, guys. And I will see you guys sometime soon, I expect. Yeah, so have a good one, guys, and enjoy Doctor Who if you're watching it tonight. And if not, then why are you watching this video? It's about Doctor Who. Jesus, go watch something else. Yeah. Cheeky llama. Bye. See you later, guys.